So welcome to another edition of Open for Business. I'm your host, Marjorie Young. This series is all about how small businesses are pivoting to adapt to this pandemic. Today's guest is Nipuna Ambanpola. He is the director and co-founder of IVolunteer International. Their nonprofit connects volunteers to volunteer projects around the world. So I want to jump right in and have you talk about your latest partnership with having seniors here get free groceries. So welcome to the show. Welcome, Nipuna.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Marjorie. Yes, so we have something really interesting and very relevant to the times put together. So we actually have partnered with Shopping Angels. Shopping Angels, a movement that was put together by volunteers in Nevada, and they came together to, volunteer and get free groceries to seniors around the nation. So we partnered with them and we automated the service. So here in Georgia, volunteers can sign up, and seniors who are actually in the at-risk category during the coronavirus pandemic, they can also sign up, and volunteers and seniors will get matched according to the zip code, so that volunteers can actually help deliver groceries for free for seniors. You can visit shoppingangels.ivint.org, and it's an automated platform. So we are pilot testing this phase in Georgia and hoping that with user feedback, we can grow it. And in May, hope to take it across the nation so that we can help over 60 million Americans who are in the at-risk population go through with this coronavirus pandemic.
I believe that I actually saw something on television on CNN, and didn't the President of the United States give a shout out to this program?
Yes. Jade Powell is a college student in Nevada. She started this movement and we are helping them automate the service. And you're right. She was hosted on CNN, Fox News, Today.com, and the President of the United States, I think about 3 weeks ago, thanked her when the coronavirus task force was live streaming.
That's fabulous. I mean, what a great way to take what she does and what you do with your technology and combine it to help so many people at risk during this virus. So tell me more about this platform that you've developed. You call it geo-tracking. What is that?
Yes, so right now it's a pilot phase as well. We're definitely getting a lot of user feedback to develop it. There's a lot to build on it. But on the basic level, when a volunteer signs up and a senior who needs a groceries delivered to them also signs up, it identifies their state and then the zip code. And 2 emails are sent to each other, sharing information of the name and the email of the volunteer. That information is sent to the senior. And then the senior's first name and the email address is sent to the volunteer, so they're matched. Just like in Tinder, right? So they're matched, and those information is shared so that they can help each other. And now we're building on the platform on the back end to make sure we can keep the information, we can gather data on how many people are being helped, and also get user feedback on if actually those volunteers, carry out their duties and help those people. So we're building on the platform.
Nipuna, this is going to help millions of people. I mean, this is going to help a lot of people. That's fabulous. So not only is it going to help during this pandemic, but what cool technology for connecting people that want to volunteer, not only for feeding the seniors, but I can see this in so many other ways. Like, what are some other examples of how IVolunteer International is helping?
Yeah, and that's a great point, Marjorie, because IVolunteer International has always explored the possibility of individual people's ability to create social impact. There's a lot of amazing organizations around the world, nonprofit organizations doing great work, but individual people can also themselves create impact. And that's what we've been all about. Our vision is creating 7 billion volunteers. So in August this year, right here in Savannah, Georgia, we're hoping to launch a mobile app as well. And that mobile app will identify and provide individual people the ability to create projects and also connect to those projects and also to track their social impact. So it's a platform that is geo-connecting, like you said. It'll identify the user's live location, and it will show you volunteer projects around where your phone is at, so you can easily connect to volunteer projects.
So Nipuna, once this pandemic is over, I mean, a lot of us love to travel, but just to travel is not as fulfilling as knowing that if I could travel to Italy and actually find a project that I could volunteer. Is that something that you guys could match up?
Yes, of course. So our initial launch in August is going to be focusing on in the Savannah, Georgia area. And then we hope to expand to the state of Georgia and provide all Georgians with the opportunity to volunteer at their will. And then we are hoping to go around the US, and then one day we're hoping to roll it out globally as well. So yes, definitely. And this is a mobile app that will identify your live location. So if you travel to a different country, a different city, when we are global, we will be able to provide you volunteer opportunities in real time using the mobile app. That's the hope. That's the vision.
So Nipuna, how did you come up with this idea? What's your background? I mean, this is thinking really, really big, and you're doing it.
So I am originally from Sri Lanka. That's where I was actually born and raised, and I got the opportunity to come to the US in 2015 through a sponsorship called the Georgia Rotary Student Program, and I'm really grateful for them. So I came for education here. When I was in Sri Lanka, volunteerism is a part of Sri Lanka's culture. We come together to volunteer, to help each other. So when I came here with all the work and studies that I had to do, it was relatively challenging for me to find volunteer opportunities here. So I kind of was thinking, what if there was a way that I can just pull up my smartphone and then find volunteer opportunities around me and then just connect? So I was like, hey, and then I started kind of looking at it. We've been doing experiments with volunteers and nonprofit organizations for the past 2 years as a nonprofit ourselves. So we've realized that there isn't a lot of tools and resources for individual people to quickly connect and create projects and track the impact. There's a lot of tools and enterprise software for organizations, but what about individual people? And that was the encouragement for the mobile app.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. So anybody who's watching that has a project, how do they sign up to say, hey, we need volunteers?
So right now, they can actually go to our website as of today, which is www.ivint.org, and they can click on the Post a Project button. When you post a project, when you go there, we'll ask you a couple of questions like, what do the volunteers have to do? What is the organization? Where do they have to volunteer? And then we post it on our website. But when the mobile app is launched, it's going to be more streamlined and customized because people will be able to create their profiles. And if you post a project in the Savannah area, people in that area, in that local community, will be able to see it on their phone, on the news feed, and they'll be able to easily connect. And also, Marjorie, another thing is we're also trying to get every single person to become a volunteer. Not a lot of people can't volunteer because of time commitments, because of financial barriers for membership fees and things like that. So we want to get everybody to volunteer at their will for causes they care about using a mobile app.
So, when you think volunteer, you think, well, maybe it's helping to paint an organization, or garden, or, I mean, what are some of the jobs that or the volunteer positions that you have available?
Yeah, so right now, today itself, we posted a volunteer opportunity for Georgia Conservancy Organization. They wanted some volunteers virtually to help them, restructure some of their databases in this time. And we posted so many other volunteer opportunities as well in the Savannah area and around the world. One of the opportunities that's close to my heart is a grassroots project started by one of my friends from Savannah. He started an organization called Salvation Scarves that kind of donated warm clothing to homeless people in Atlanta. And it started by one of my friends with his parents. It wasn't a big nonprofit organizations, but they used our website to get volunteers and get donations. And now it's a 501c3, and they have donated like 2 cycles of clothing, and homeless people don't have to for the winter. They are much more safer because of the warm clothing. So we're helping grassroots movements. We're definitely helping large organizations gather volunteers as well, but we're really focused on individual people's ability. As an example, Marjorie, if you're walking down on Tybee one day and you want to do a beach cleanup, you as an individual can post a project on our app, and people in Tybee will be connected to it. So you can create social impact.
That is fabulous, Nipuna. This is amazing. This is amazing what you have. And you started all this while in college, is that right?
Yes. So the organization was actually registered as a 501c3 in 2017. So I was still at Georgia Southern Armstrong campus when this all started. But I really want to give a shout out to the amazing team of volunteers behind this. Marjorie, you won't believe this, but I actually don't have a technology background at all. I'm not a software engineer.
Vision.
Right.
Background. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, and there's been some amazing team of volunteers helping me out in my team who have contributed a lot of time and effort into this. And we have also partnered with East Taylor Creatives, which is a software company in Savannah, Georgia. So this is a public-private partnership coming together to empower individual people to take action.
So I would love to hear, you have been showered with awards, and I know you don't like to talk about it. You're very modest, but please go ahead and talk about some of these accolades that you've gotten.
So I've had the great opportunity to come to Georgia from the Georgia Rotary Student Program. After that, I have always wanted to volunteer and get in touch with the community, which is how I got connected through a lot of these opportunities as well. I have been named one of the Rotary Youth All-Stars, and I have also been honored by the Rotary Club of Savannah South and a couple other clubs by a Paul Harris Fellow nomination as well, and a Will Watt Fellow award as well. So I've been, recognized for the volunteer opportunities that I've done, but I always consider them great opportunities that are coming my way, and I thank everybody for creating those opportunities for me. Marjorie, one of the things I want to also emphasize today is that this is not a one person's commitment or one person's journey. There has been so many people and organizations, even outside of our core team, that believes in this. Just like you are hosting me today, it's been a great community effort, allowing individual people to take action.
So I also know you went up to Washington, D.C. for something. What was that?
Yes, I actually went to New York. So one of our great partners is the Italian Diplomatic Academy, and we've been partners for 3 years. They host a Future We Want Model United Nations conference, which brings together about 2,000 delegates from around the world, young people from around the world, for a Model United Nations conference. For the past 3 years, we have been providing them with volunteers, and these volunteers also come from around the world. So the Italian Diplomatic Academy, the Future We Want Model United Nations organizing committee has been very nice and kind, and has provided us an opportunity to travel there each year to attend the event.
So Nipuna, if there is a senior citizen watching this, or if there's somebody who would like to volunteer, or somebody who has a project that needs help, how do they get in touch with you?
They can always email us at contact@ivint.org. They can also visit our website, but we're also very much operational on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and on LinkedIn. Our name is IVolunteer International, and anybody can send us a message in any way, and we'll be in touch.
Well, Nipuna, keep up the great work. It's so impressive, and it's so needed, especially now during this pandemic. You're doing amazing work.
Thank you, Marjorie. I appreciate it.
And thank you for being on Open for Business.
Thank you.